Hello, Saggy babies. Welcome. Welcome to your new moon in Sagittarius reading. I wanted to get started with Sagittarian energy just because that's where we are in regards to, you know, our solar year. We're in the Sagittarius solar year. So, yeah, here we go. While I was getting into your energy, Sag, I did see the Fool card, the King of Wands reversed, and then the Star card. So what this is telling me is that this new moon is going to bring in some energy of renewal. In regards to not feeling completely in your element or your energy. So there is renewal there and there is healing there. There is finding hope. So for all the Sagittarians that are here with me now that have been, struggling a little bit with some self-empowerment, self-actualization, just self-esteem, the way you hold yourself, the way you show up for yourself. There is renewal coming in for you, and there's going to be some moments that come in for you where your intuition is going to speak to you, and I definitely would just take note. Take note of those situations. If you feel pulled to do something, try not to let your negative internal dialogue apprehend or stifle any growth or expansion that you may be going through. It's just super vital to take the lessons as blessings. Sometimes it's really hard to see past the negative, energy or veil over your current circumstance because of our personal biases and our stories and the things that we think are truths because of how we were brought to this point, right? Biases are definitely sometimes our biggest enemy. At times, it can be a gift as well to be rooted in certain ways of thinking, but also having an open mind to other ways of thinking would be very beneficial for you, Sagittarius. So I definitely do feel that hope is going to be restored in regards to anything that you may be challenged with currently. So, um, before we get into the reading, I just want to apologize to anybody that may have been waiting for content. I was going through my own growth process and I needed some, time to just do me for a little bit and really hone in on my own personal journey and strengths and weaknesses and ego and all of that. Definitely 2020 has been a really big year in regards to growth and expansion and really karmic debt, right? Paying karmic debt. So I hope that in your process that you're finding resolution to your situations. I certainly have been in my life. So don't forget to like the reading if it resonates. Don't forget to share with any other individuals who may be looking for a little bit of answers, a little bit of guidance, a little bit of insight. Thank you again for being here with me, Sag, and that's it. Let's get into you. So I'm going to pull some cards for your storyline and then we'll get some advice from Spirit in regards to your situation. First card out, Queen of Swords. You may be dealing with somebody with the Queen of Swords energy, or you may be showing up in your current circumstance a little cold, detached maybe, learned your lessons. Fool wanted to come out for you again. And one more card, Spirit. One more card. Spirit, clarify the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords. Please clarify the Devil. Please clarify the Devil, Spirit. Okay. Spirit, clarify. Okay. Crossing the Fool is the Wheel of Fortune. Clarify the Five of Wands, Spirit, please. Just bear with me, Sag. Okay, Sag. So the first card out was the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords was clarified by the Hanged Man and the Knight of Cups. So this may be your challenge. Your challenge is that you may seem cold or detached, unable to really make any moves with this Queen of Swords being clarified with the Hanged Man. There may be a perspective shift that may be coming in for you. The Queen of Swords is very balanced, loyal, but also she has the sword of discernment. So she knows her truth, and also has no problem cutting out people or things from her life that may not be serving her. She's a very powerful queen, very in her power. With that being clarified with the Knight of Cups and the Hanged Man, it tells me that there's a cup of love here that you would like to share, but there's a specific perspective that needs to change. So that's what when the Hanged Man comes in, you're hung in suspension, upside down, so you could look at things from a completely different perspective. So the challenge would be to maybe have a certain perspective shift in regards to this cup of love that you're trying to offer. Now, we are challenged with the Four of Cups. So in traditional tarot, the Four of Cups is usually an individual who is sitting under a tree in contemplation, not seeing what the universe is offering to him, which is the Ace of Cups, him or her. This isn't gender specific by any means, but the Four of Cups speaks to, not really feeling like you are getting everything you deserve, but not really seeing what's being offered to you either, because you're spending time in, almost denial in regards to how much you really truly have. And some of the things that we truly have are within us, but we just can't tap into that energy for lack of ability to see it, lack of ability to feel it, maybe not having the emotional capacity to feel it. And then the Devil comes in as your next card. So this tells me that this is the energy that's at the center of your read. So potentially past toxic behaviors that might be karmic, like this is a year of past karmas and just clearing karma. So you could be, in a specific like toxic cycle that you haven't really been able to let go of. That was clarified with the Six of Cups. So maybe feeling nostalgic in a sense of, missing how things used to be. With that being said, the only thing that is assured in this life is change. So really just understanding that in life, sometimes you gotta roll with the changes and accept, rather than hold on, is what that's telling me. Because the Six of Cups, sometimes is reminiscing over somebody from your past, a individual where you felt a lot of love. You really resonated with that time in your life. This time in your life could have been 6 years ago. So if somebody resonated with you 6 years ago that you want to offer your love to, but are having a hard time doing that because of certain perspectives that you may hold at this time, what this is telling me is that you're challenged with, believing these false truths that may be hindering your growth and expansion in regards to how you show up in love and emotional situations. So the next card that comes in is the Fool, and this is your opportunity for renewal. So this new moon is bringing new perspectives for you, because that Fool was clarified with the Wheel of Fortune. So what this is telling us, Sag, is that this is a time to get off of that wheel, that cyclical wheel of karma and of, toxic cycles and toxic ways of doing things, or just, ways that you have outgrown. But, the challenge is understanding that sometimes growth, expansion, and change comes conflict, and it's not an easy process. It's the greatest work that we can do as individuals is that self-work and taking ourselves to the next level, because it's easy to stay in the comfort of what we know. It is easy to stay in the comfort of what we know. The biggest challenge is moving past that and growing past that, because that growth process is never easy. The growth process is, it's shadow work, right? It's doing the work, and sometimes in doing the work, it's looking at ourselves a little bit differently. It's looking at our material world around us a little bit differently. It's looking at our relationships differently. In the center of your read, we are dealing with emotions, and emotions that might be hard to stir up for you, Sag, just because they are tied to something that may be harder in nature to deal with. Emotions may not be something that is easy for you, but the biggest gift of all is having the ability to unbound yourself from the chains of this current situation you may be in, the current circumstance. Unbound yourself from the torment of the things that they don't need to be your truth, because all it is a perspective shift, is what I'm seeing here. So coming out of it is understanding that the battle of wills is what's at stake here, because we got the Five of Wands and then the Two of Wands clarifying it. So the battle of wills, this is you, maybe potentially having some other influences in your life that might be impeding on that growth and expansion, in regards to how you show up. But, so that comes, with a side note of that's your crossroads, right? So there's a choice, and your willpower is very strong, Sag, but making the decision to not go back on your decisions, is the message here. So it's definitely a really strong reading, Sag, and I will pull some advice and we'll see what else we can get here. I do apologize if somebody comes into the room while I'm at this. I just heard my dog scratching at the door. So, but yes, let's get some more guidance for Sag. Guidance for Sag. Spirit. Merkaba. Okay, Sag. So we got 3 cards out for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Divine Sun Child, blessings of the sun flow to you now. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright without veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. It is time to shine bright. We also got the scales of balance. Balancing give and take, directing and flowing, play and solitude are always ways to heal the relationship between the inner masculine and the feminine energies. Connecting with the body is the most powerful form of healing for the feminine energy, as it holds the secrets to the divine wisdom. So dance, sing, and play. Magic and ritual. Effect in the external world can be created through inner practice. Heart-centered ritual can support your inner path into the physical world. You are encouraged to enhance your power with regular practice as you grow in grace, love, ability, and wisdom, applying your inner beauty to transform your outer world. So these cards are really speaking to your divine masculine energy, your divine feminine energy, and actually living in that energy on a daily basis, mindfully. So in, creating moments in your day of mindfulness and really utilizing ritualistic practices on a day to keep your power up, to keep you elevated. Energy oracles, show me what Sag needs to see. Show me what Sag needs to see. Yin and Yang. Okay, so that's 22. So this experience that you're going through may have something to do with karmic relationships or twin flames, or just balancing that masculine and feminine energy within yourself. Sometimes we live a little too much in the masculine, sometimes too much in the feminine. It's good to have a healthy understanding of both and when to use both of those energies. If you have children, ensure to sit more in your divine feminine energy. If you're trying to create something like a business or entrepreneur, or utilize your creative, powers, it's good to have a deep understanding of that masculine energy. You could be dealing with a soulmate situation that may be in your life to really help you elevate and grow and move forward. So just, understanding the importance of both of those energies in your life will be very vital for this new moon. Wisdom. On Wednesday, with a waxing moon, let wisdom come and be renewed. We'll do a little shuffle and see what else comes in. Thank you, Spirit. Show me what Sag needs to know. Show me what Sag needs to know, please, Spirit. Show me what Sag needs to know. Study. Okay, so the wisdom and study came out. Excuse me, Sag. This is telling me that whatever you're embarking on right now in your movement, in your forward momentum, in your dreams, in your aspirations, there is some study and wisdom required. So really benefiting from taking in any information in regards to what it is you're trying to grow. So this goes back again to the perspectives because it's opening your mind and pouring new things in. One more card for Sag. This is from my Osho Wisdom Tarot deck, my favorite deck. Such messages come from this. I'll pull one card and we'll read from the book for this message. Show me what Sag needs to know. Show me Sag, Spirit. Ooh, patience. Patience and working with the moon. So I'll show you this card. This looks like something is coming to life for you. Something's birthing, something's happening. Utilizing the moon's transit or the moon's phases when you're trying to create is going to be something very beneficial for you. Understanding what times in regards to the moon to do specific ritualistic stuff. The new moon is good for creating new things, whether it's a new business or study. The full moon is good for releasing things and utilizing it for money spells and things of that nature. The waning moon is a good time to clean at home. Ritualistic cleansing is super important. The seven of coins is the card that would relate to this patience as well. So it's just starting to see the fruits of your labor, but you still need patience because they're not fully ripened yet. Whatever it is that you're planting and sowing into. So we'll get the full message here for you, Sag, before we are all done. So there are times that when the only thing to do is wait. The seed has been planted, the child is growing in the womb, the oyster is coating the grain of sand and making it into a pearl. This card reminds us that now is the time, that all is required to do is simply alert, patient, waiting. The woman pictured here is in such an attitude, contented with no trace of anxiety. She is simply waiting. Through all of the phases of the moon passing overhead, she remains patient, so in tune with the rhythms of the moon that she has almost become one with it. She knows it's time to be passive, letting nature take its course, but she is neither sleepy nor indifferent. She knows it is time to be ready for something monumentous. It is a time of full mystery, like the hours just before the dawn. It is a time when the only thing to do is wait. We have forgotten how to wait. It is almost an abandoned space, and it is our greatest treasure to be able to wait for the right moment. The whole existence waits for the right moment. Even the trees know it. It is time to bring the flowers when it's time to let go of all the leaves and stand naked against the sky. They are still beautiful in that nakedness, waiting for the new foliage with a great trust that the old has gone and the new will soon be coming, and the new leaves will start to grow. We have forgotten to wait. We want everything in a hurry. It is a great loss to humanity. In silence and waiting, something inside you goes on growing, your authentic being, and one day it just jumps and becomes a flame, and your whole personality is shattered. You are a new man, and this new man knows what ceremony is, and this new man knows life's eternal juices. So, Sag, this really speaks it speaks so loudly in regards to what it is you're going through is all part of the process. It's all natural. It's all where it should be. So if you're feeling like you're a little bit behind in regards to your growth or ascension, you're right on track. And what this is saying is that you just need to have a little bit of patience. And even if that patience is with yourself, that patience may be with other individuals as well. But practicing patience on other individuals will help you be kinder to yourself and vice versa. Because I think that's the biggest challenge here, Sag, is that you may be having, a hard time with being graceful in regards to your process. It's not easy for anybody, so try not to beat yourself up too much, but you are exactly where you're supposed to be in regards to your ascension. And, just really tapping into your intuition and trying to see things from other perspectives than the one that you certainly have with you consistently. So this is your internal dialogue kind of stuff. What do you tell yourself in a day? Sit down and really, hear the things that you say to yourself, and hear the things that you say to other people, and really, just try to add some, patience and tact in regards to those conversations. So that is all I have for you, Sag. Happy new moon in you. And I just want to say so many blessings and happy holidays.